Good evening. We are live and welcome to Ripka and your case during and after coronavirus. Welcome Ripka and Associates clients and friends. I'm your lawyer, Alan Ripka, and I'm here to host the status of your case during and after coronavirus. For those of you who haven't met me or sat with me in person, I'm in my 31st year of practicing law. I started off as a prosecutor from 1988 to 1992, and I've done nothing else but represent injured parties, whether it be injuries, medical malpractice, or financial injuries. I thank each and every one of you for taking the time out of your precious day, from your dinner, from your family, to listen to me and the message that I have to give to you along with my firm. So you know, we are translating in Spanish and in Russian, and I'd like to thank Wanda Rivera and Andre Demidov from my firm for volunteering their services and doing the very best that they can for you. I'd like to send my thoughts and prayers to anyone who contracted the coronavirus and our sympathies to those who have been lost. We put together this webinar so that we can answer questions about the unknown, about the mysteries that you have concerning your case and what's going to happen to your case during this particular difficult time. And I'm going to answer a lot of those questions for you during this time frame. When New York shut down all of the businesses and the courts, a decision had to be made by our firm as to how we were going to handle it. Were we going to slow down, leave our building, our office, all go home and wait for things to open up again? Or were we going to get strong for you, all of you, and work hard to keep our firm moving forward on your behalf? And we decided we were not going to miss a beat. We packed up, we took our computers, our printers, our office phones, and all 18 people in the firm set up home offices without missing a single day. On top of that, we downloaded Zoom video, and from the first day, we all communicated with one another. We organized how we were going to go forward, and we made sure that not one thing that had to be done on a case was not done. Every morning we meet, and every night we meet by Zoom, and throughout the day we talk about each and every case and what needs to be done on that case. We sent an email to you in the very beginning showing you a picture of all the home remote offices and all the people working, and we asked you to download Zoom so that you'd have it when needed regarding your case. We'll talk about the Zoom video application later as it pertains to our teamwork and how we will continue to work together with Zoom to bring your case to a successful conclusion. Now, let me tell you what we are doing to stay ahead during this time. We are reviewing each and every one of your cases, every piece of paper in it, every medical record in it, and talking about it in teams. We are updating all of your medical records, making sure they're all scanned in, making sure that we have the medical timeline so that we can present it in its best light to the insurance companies and the defense attorneys. We are sending to the defense attorneys and the insurance companies all the documents and all the medical records to get the case ready for possible settlement. We are calling the clients daily and updating all of our systems and our files. And most importantly for you, we are calling defense attorneys and insurance companies every day, demanding that they work to settle your case. We are also attending video court conferences. Now, as you know, the court closed its doors based on the state's order. I want to tell you a little story. When this coronavirus started, I was in court on Friday, ready to start a trial. I was in a courtroom with a judge in Brooklyn. There were jurors, people in the audience, witnesses ready to go. And at 2 o'clock, the judge stood up and said, "Stop everything. I just received an email from the state telling me that there will be no trials and we don't know when the courthouse is going to open or when we're going to conduct business again." Of course, I was concerned, I was disappointed, but I knew that that case would not change in the future, that how the case happened and how somebody was injured would not change. And that courthouse would still be there when we came back with that case, as it will be for every one of your cases. After that, the court started calling us and telling us that they were having conferences by video and that they'd be talking to us about cases the same way they would be when we went to court on a daily basis. And this firm, Ripka and Associates, has been engaged in those conferences with judges on a daily basis because we were ready. Furthermore, you know what depositions are. When the other side gets to question you about your case, and we get to question the defendant about their case. Usually everybody comes to our office at 900 3rd Avenue. We sit in the conference room and we prepare you and we have a deposition. Well, obviously that's not happening now. But instead, Ripken Associates has called the defendant's offices and said, "We want to do it by video." And guess what? We've been doing them. And clients have been in their houses. And if you've done it, thank you. If you haven't yet, you may. And on video, just like this, the defendants have taken their depositions. And we have been by your side through video and telephone. And despite not being next to you, we still make sure that questions that should not be asked are not, and that you don't make mistakes by answering as you shouldn't. And those are moving forward as well. You've often heard us talk about mediations. Mediations are where someone else tries to help us settle a case. The defense attorney and us, we used to go to an office. Sometimes it's a retired judge or it's a lawyer who got into that business who helps parties come together to try and resolve a case. We're doing that now by video. And because the courts are closed, many of these mediation companies are calling us and we're calling them. And many defense firms are agreeing to do these mediations. After all, they're sitting at home doing nothing other than paperwork as well. So they also want to move the cases forward. On the topic of medical treatment, I know many of you are worried about the fact that you can't go to a doctor. You can't get your surgery. You can't get your treatment or your medications or your injections. Well, I would like to report to you that we've been told Some of the offices are reopening, are open now for limited visits. Other medical offices are doing video evaluations, listening to you by video, asking you to move certain parts of your body to see if you're in pain or whether or not you're improving or you're getting worse. And they're making records of that. And guess what? That counts and that matters. And if you want to see your physician and you want to have an evaluation, you can call up the doctor's office and they will set that up for you. I've also been informed that there are certain ambulatory or surgical centers and hospitals that are willing and are doing people's surgeries that need them and will schedule them with you as well. I will tell you, you do not have to worry about your case in terms of not going to the doctor. The court, the defense attorneys, and the insurance companies will not hold it against you that you have not been to a doctor for 1, 2, or 3 months or more. Everyone understands that you're not going if you need to because you can't, because the offices are closed. As far as I'm concerned, that will not hurt your case. Let's get back to the Zoom application. We don't know how long this will continue on. We hope and pray it will be over soon. But if not, we may be doing business through video, handling your case through Zoom video for some time to come. We need you to understand how to use it. Now, being here tonight, you downloaded it and you came on, and I appreciate that greatly. In your free time, take a look at the different tasks on the bottom. Press each button, try each thing, get to know how it works, how to turn your audio on and off, how to turn your video on and off. This way, if you have a conference with me or anyone in the firm, or we have a mediation or a deposition, you will be good at using the tools. For example, let's say we're in a deposition and you're at home. You need to talk to the lawyer from my office that's working with you. You may want to turn off the video and the sound so you could take your cell phone and call the lawyer working with you without the defense lawyer listening to what you're doing on the other end. That's why it's important. We, of course, will go over all these things with you when the time is right, but start now to get ahead, like we did by getting ahead, because we're always going to be a team. And you all know me. A successful case is because of teamwork, not just lawyer, but client as well. It takes two, and that's how we're going to do it going forward. You all know that at this time with Zoom, you can call or email us at any time and schedule a Zoom call or a conference about your case. If you call us, we will send you an invite through email and it'll be on our calendar. And we will look forward to having that Zoom video call for you. If you thought our office was closed and you shouldn't call us by telephone, don't think that. We are all up and running, nonstop. Feel free to call us with any questions that you may have. Let's talk about the reality of the coronavirus and the value of your case, the value of your injuries. Now, many people, defense lawyers and insurance companies, have discussed with us on the phone, on video conferences with judges, that they think cases have less value because of this coronavirus. This topic, of course, is subject to opinion. Of course, I like to be transparent and say it like it is. Insurance companies and defense attorneys want people to believe, want potential jurors to believe, and judges to believe, and try to get lawyers like us, plaintiffs' attorneys, to believe that how could our clients' injuries be worth something? How could a broken arm, a knee injury, a neck injury be worth anything when people are sick and are passing? What I say to them is that they don't compare. It's apples and oranges. They are completely different. And we are not willing to buy into what defense lawyers and insurance companies want to sell us. The belief that the injuries that you all have no longer have the value they did. People suffer from injuries. They suffer very differently. They suffer from the loss of their body, the way they work, their pain and suffering, the loss of income because of their jobs. And those issues, that pain and suffering, has a value. Now, in my opinion, the coronavirus does not change the magnitude or the strength of the injuries and the pain and suffering that you all have suffered as a result of somebody else causing this issue. However, there is a reality to what's going on. When we get these phone calls from insurance companies or defense attorneys offering us money on your case, if it is less than we think it is worth, we will still tell you what that offer is and allow you to make the decision after a conversation with us. I will tell you that a similar thing occurred after 9/11. When 9/11 occurred, all the defense attorneys and insurance companies said the same thing. How can your client's injuries be worth anything? Look at what happened to all these people. And yes, what happened was tragic. And yes, it made people believe that injuries were not worth as much. But in time, that faded and things leveled off and got back to a normal pace. And it is my opinion that this too shall pass and things will level off and your case value will be seen by judges, defense attorneys, and insurance companies as for the value it ought to be. However, you may have to be patient. Let me be clear. I will fight for the full value of your case together with you, even if it takes a longer period of time, whether that be by settlement by phone, whether it be by mediation, video, or whether we have to wait for the courts to open to go to trial. On your screen, there is a button that says Q&A. If you'd like to type a question, I will answer a few of them. If I don't get to it tonight, you will receive an email as soon as possible answering your question. Also, at the very end of this Zoom meeting, if you don't mind, there'll be a survey with just 2 or 3 questions. I'd ask you to participate. Now, I know people don't like dealing with surveys, but let me tell you why it's important for you too. This survey is to help us make the Zoom video experience better for our firm and you, so that while working together, we can do it with quality sound, and ease. So please answer that survey. Okay, there is a first question. How long will my case be delayed? That's an excellent question, and thank you. My legal opinion, your cases will be delayed as long as the courts are closed. If the courts remain closed for approximately 3 months, your case will be backed up by 3 months. Despite the fact that we are getting work done that we don't need the court for, but things like live conferences and trials, we need the court for those things. So yes, the case will be delayed as a result. Another question, is my case still being prepared to go to court even though the courts are closed? Great question. Yes, every day we are talking to medical experts, we're talking to engineers, we're talking to car accident experts, trip and fall experts, medical malpractice experts, commercial contract experts, getting the case ready. So just like when everything closed down, we went right to work. As soon as the courts open, we're going to walk into that courthouse and courthouses ready with your case, completely prepared to go forward. Of course, the judges and the administration of the courts will be responsible for that. We have no control over that. Case, can I still get my medical records even though medical facilities and hospitals are busy? Thank you. Great question. Yes, the medical records departments of all of these medical facilities and hospitals are still sending records. If you send the proper HIPAA authorization with a letter request, we'll be able to get those medical records. Those of you who have been helping and getting them on your own, please continue to do so. We are doing so every day, and we can help you if you are running into roadblocks. Question, can we still refer a friend to you if a friend had an accident? My friend had an accident, but we didn't know we could call you. Thank you very much. We are up and running. We are open to help all people. We are doing something called DocuSign. DocuSign is a device in which we can email you any document that we have, a power of attorney that you need to sign, a release, or anything. And you could sign those documents through email and send them back through DocuSign. You don't even have to print them out. You can sign on your computer. In fact, recently, a law was changed because of this coronavirus that allows us to notarize your signature online by getting on video with you, you showing us your ID, and we could notarize the paperwork you email to us. How quickly can we schedule a Zoom video call with you? If you send us an email tomorrow or next week, whenever you want, saying, I would like to schedule a Zoom video call with you, we will send an email back with a date and a time that you can do so, with a link. When you open up your email and you see the link, when the date and time comes, all you have to do is hit the link in the email and you will be in a video Zoom conference call with your legal team. I'm getting a red bell here indicating that I am almost out of time. For the rest of you who sent the questions, I promise you they will all be answered by email, and they will be done as quickly as we possibly can. In closing, I'd like to make a few remarks, and this also pertains to your case. I'd like to thank the people who have helped me and this firm stay strong and dedicated to you, the clients, that help build these home offices, that have helped keep our payroll up, that have helped move the cases along and come together. I want to thank Mason and Athena and Shelby. I want to thank Cookie and Wanda and Gershon and Chad and Matthew and Andre, Jenny and Mary, and Yelena and Lena, Katrina, Noemi, Jasmine, Nate, Valentina, Derek, and Babu. Every one of those people have helped every one of you out there on a daily basis. I wish you could be present for our meetings twice a day when we all discuss not falling down because of what's happening, staying strong in our homes and staying focused on the cases. I want to thank them for the commitment and dedication to this firm and every client. And I will tell you, as I sit here before you live, I have made it my life's work to represent the injured from accidents, medical malpractice cases, and commercial matters. And I will continue to fight for each and every one of you until a resolution of your case. With that being said, I thank you all for being here, taking your time, and I wish you all to stay safe and sound. And I look forward to that Zoom video meeting with each and every one of you. God bless you all.